I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of My Orchid Adventures with me, Maria Young. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about this whopper of a gal right here. This is a humunga dunga of a monster Cattleya. That's right. And if you guys have been following me for quite a while, you guys know that I did get this about 3, almost 4 years ago. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I did an update on her because, to be honest with you, there wasn't that much going on. And let me first begin to give you a backdrop of how I got her. And actually, if you guys want to watch that video where I take you at that estate sale where I purchased her for $5 buckaroonies, you can actually watch that video by clicking right here, and it'll take you directly to that video some time ago. But indeed, this was a Cattleya I purchased at an estate sale. It actually was not originally on sale, and I don't even know how I found it, but I think my radar orchid sensors were going off because this was actually hidden behind some bushes underneath a pile of leaves. I can only see a couple of pseudobulbs that were poking through these pile of leaves, and of course when I seen it, I was like, oh my gosh, I know that is not a Cattleya, and I began to brush all of the leaves aside, and lo and behold, I did find this. Oh my gosh, what a humunga dunga of a gal indeed. So I asked the lady if I could purchase it. She did allow me to purchase it, and again, for $5 buckaroonies, I thought I was getting a fabulous deal. I mean, how could you say no to a $5 monster cat, right? I know you guys couldn't say no either. But I have to tell you, unfortunately, for almost 4 years, guess what? It did not bloom at all, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that it wasn't growing, because it was growing with leaps and bounds. I mean, every year it would give me about 10 to 15 pseudobulbs, but not one bloom, not a one, okay? And I was going crazy trying to figure out exactly what I could do to get it to bloom. I mean, I put it in shade, I put it in sunlight, I put it in medium light, dappled shade, dappled light. I put it through everything I could think of. I kept it outdoors, I kept it indoors, I gave it all sorts of fertilizer, and still nada, nothing, folks, okay? So I figured, my logical mind said, well, it may be something else that's causing it not to bloom. And the way that I figured it is, being that it was a super duper pseudobulb producer, I figured that it was concentrating all of its energy on producing these pseudobulbs, and because this Cattleya was so huge that because it was producing all of these pseudobulbs, it could not focus on the blooms. So this year I said, okay, if this does not bloom for me, I am going to be left with no choice other than to cut this up into division, in hope that with the divisions, it won't have to focus on all of these leads that are on there, and it would no longer focus on trying to produce the pseudobulbs, but instead, because it's been damaged, maybe perhaps it might actually focus on the blooms. So that was my rationality, that was my method to my madness, and indeed that was something that I was thinking of doing. I mean, what would you guys do if you've tried everything and you are at wit's end? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a closer look at this orchid right here, so we can see exactly what's going on with it now, and then you guys let me know what I should do. And here she is, folks, right here. And you are seeing her crazy growth system. As you can see, she is contained within this wire basket right here, which I have opted to keep her in. I figured trying to remove her with her crazy root system would actually do more damage than good, so I'm letting her do her own thing. Now, I wanted to show you just the level of growth from this basket. The basket actually sits right here, and as you can see, look at the abundance of overflow in growth from the actual basket container. It's really quite wild. You see it right there? That's the basket, and here's all of the growth right there. And of course, you did hear that big boom. It's 4th of July today, so happy 4th of July to all of you guys. But indeed, look, it's just a massive, just a ludicrous amount of growth on this. So you know she has quite an age to her. I've only had her for 4 years, but I'm sure she is so much older. And here she is right here. This is front view. And indeed, as you're seeing, quite a good size on her, which means also that she has quite a good age on her as well. I've had her for 4 years, but I'm imagining she has to be at least 20 years old. At least. Now, also, you are noticing some blemishes on her as well, which is quite understandable because she stays outdoors from winter, spring, summer, and also fall. So those blemishes, those scratches and bruises, and also some sunburn marks, again, are quite understandable in the conditions that she is kept in. So this year I figured I've already tried everything with this Cattleya right here, and I gave her that ultimatum. She is either to bloom or I am going to divide her. Now the only thing different that I did this year with her is, of course, look at there. Do you guys see what I see? And also, let's take a look over here. Yeah, you see it there as well. You guys know that I am an adamant user of these fertilizer tea bags right here, in which I use on my Vandas and have been getting quite an amazing response. So I decided to go ahead and use it on my Cattleyas as well. So has it worked? Do you think it has? Let's take a closer look and see if we can find anything, any resemblance at all of a possible sheath or maybe even a spike. Well, here's new growth right here. This is a new growth of another pseudobulb, but that's not a sheath. Ooh, and what is this right here? Oh no, it's just another new growth, yet again, of a future pseudobulb. But let's not give up hope too soon, because if we take a closer look right here, do you guys see that? Right in between the axil of this leaf right here, you are seeing something in there beginning to form, and you see that very deep magenta new growth in there. So even though this is not a sheath, it may actually develop its blossoms directly from the leaf itself, as some Cattleyas do. What do you guys think that is? Do you think it is a new growth of possibly a spike or some buds? Let's finger cross. And look at here, look at here. Look what I found on this other new pseudobulb. If we take a look, you are also seeing something growing in there as well. And I'm hoping that is also a new growth of a bud or a spike. Again, fingers crossed, but it looks pretty good for us, folks. But let me share with you guys the most phenomenal news of them all. Right here, folks. Right there. That's right. Natural fertilizer. Yum, yum. Just joking, folks. Here is the most amazing, phenomenal news of them all. Do you guys see that? Do you see that? That's right. Not one definite sheath, but indeed two. Two definite sheaths right here. And I do have to tell you, I don't know if I could show you, but indeed it is showing quite plumpness right here. And I am indeed feeling something growing in this sheath right here, and also in this one also. So that's right, this is the very first time that she has actually given and shown us a sheath. And as you can see, it has a very deep magenta color, quite a big sheath on top of that. So I am guessing that this is going to be quite a nice size bloom. And with the coloration of the actual sheath itself, I'm also guesstimating that this is going to be quite a dark blooming, perhaps magenta colored bloom. So yeah, very, very excited about this. And you guys have to definitely stay tuned, because I know you guys want to see the blossoms too, right? Because this is a UFO. That's right, this is a unidentified, still very fabulous, orchid. We do not know what this is. So until these guys bloom, hopefully 4 spikes come out of this. Once they bloom, we will definitely get to see exactly what this amazing orchid is right here. So excited. You do not even know. Again, 4 years in the making for this. So yeah, sigh of relief, folks. I do want to reiterate the only difference that I did this year that I had not done in all of the rest of the years is these fertilizer tea bags. So wow, wow, wow. I cannot say enough about these tea bags. If you guys want to see a video on how I did it, I definitely want to share that video with you. Definitely check out this video. And if you're having problems with your blooms for your Cattleyas or your Vandas or other thick-rooted orchids, definitely you might want to give this a shot. I have nothing but resounding, amazing reactions and outcomes with these fertilizer tea bags. I thank you so much that you have stayed tuned to watch this Cattleya and all of its adventures, and hopefully the wait is over and our anticipation and also our patience will indeed be rewarded. Now, isn't that some pretty amazing, exciting news? That's right, in almost 4 years we have not gotten a single bloom, and now we possibly may have a chance of maybe 4 bloom spikes coming from this monster Cattleya. Fingers crossed, of course. We are hoping that she does bless us with an abundance of amazing blooms. And I have to tell you, if you've waited for almost 4 years for something to bloom, it cannot be anything short of amazing. I can guarantee it. But let me ask you this, because I do want to know. I'm still not certain what I'm going to do afterwards, after the blooms, because we're already claiming it, right? Do you think that I should still cut it in divisions? Because I'm still thinking about doing just that. Or do you think that I should just keep it in this amazing size form right here? What do you guys think? What would you guys do? Okay, folks, now that is my monster Cattleya wrap, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of my orchid adventures. And of course, if you like this video, please be sure to give it green thumbs up. And if you want to stay tuned for more videos such as this, please be sure to subscribe. And of course, you guys know I am also on Facebook. Join me on Facebook as well at My Orchid Adventures right on Facebook. And of course, if you guys want to write or send me something, you can do it at the address right below. You see it, so don't act like you don't. And that is about it, folks. You guys already know that I do love you guys all. Mwah!